if you don't realize I'm dumb by now. I don't know if you been watching the River City Ransom ones, but the one today was pretty great just because the last two, me and John are talking about, is the weird Korean people like combing their pubic hair thing.
I knew nothing about that.
It's very strange.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
We also talk about how you could sell out. Oh yeah, the elevator. There's no point in the elevator right now. Oh, I can't even ride it. Yeah.
Nope, you have to activate the elevator. The elevator also, there's just a lot of things here that they could have done without, but somehow still enhance the overall game.
Yep.
Are you gonna do the elevator first, or are you gonna skip the library for now?
No, I'm gonna go to the library. I'm just gonna turn on the elevator.
Okay.
Yo, those guys are so much harder in Rondo of Blood than in this game.
Oh yes, they are. They're terrifyingly hard.
These guys are not. They're punks no matter what.
No.
These guys are awesome though.
If you get hit by one of those, woe to you. Woe to you.
You have it coming if you get hit by one of those.
Yes. The first of several useless transformations.
I always thought this guy was cool too.
Yeah, just kind of hanging there.
Just hanging around. So first thing for a lot of people, or not first thing, but teleport rooms.
Yep. The Castle Dracula is a very large place, and it's good to activate these as you come to it. So Ian, open your map, show them off where you are.
Oh yeah, now I'm over here. This is the only one that takes you someplace you haven't been.
Yeah.
After that, you have to find them.
Mm-hmm. Heart max out.
Yeah, part of the reason I'm going up too is because there's no save point in the library.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
At the top. Oh, not in the library. Sorry, I thought you meant the. There's in the tower.
Yeah, in the tower there is, not in the library.
No.
Yeah, these are the little things you learn as you play the game. Like, all right, where's there save points, where's there's not.
Yeah. No, I don't really bother with it because I don't feel like I'm going to die. So.
No, the first time through the library, I'm not worried. Usually.
The second time. I think there's a save point in the second time you go through the library.
Yes, there is, because that part is much harder. These guys also very hard in Rondo of Blood.
Yes, they are.
I love their death animations, though.
The sword cut in half.
Yeah. So what games have you been playing, Nate?
Really, I've been feeling the Dungeons and Dragons lately, whether or not in person or in game. So I'm still going through Baldur's Gate. I spent some time. I've never finished it, so this is kind of a cool experience for me.
Either one?
Nope. So I know the second one has been harkened as one of the greatest RPGs of all time.
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward to that experience. I'm still in that phase where I'm like, I get to a certain point and then I feel like trying out a new character, which I really should just sit down and play the damn game. So I think I've settled on somebody right now. It's just a high charisma paladin, because something about playing a lawful good character has always been fun for me because it's very clear cut in your opinion.
Yeah.
So don't blame me, blame my alignment.
Well, I like that too, but plus it's the only way you can use the damn Holy Avenger in those games.
I did not know the Holy Avenger was present in the Baldur's Gate games.
Not in the first one. You're not gonna find it in the first one.
So I constructed my guy with points and dual wielding flails. Why? I mean, because I was looking at it and between two weapon fighting and this in Baldur's Gate. I don't know if this is true for second edition, but. I feel like in Baldur's Gate, there's no reason either to. The only reason I wouldn't go two weapons is unless I was going two-handed.
Yeah.
You know, and regardless of class, because the negatives aren't that huge. And I was looking at the bonus from Sword and Shield style, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this here. The bonus AC seems really tiny. And it's mostly for missile weapons. So I mean, mind you, I'm an inexperienced player, so this is just my first impression.
Yeah. Also, remember, Baldur's Gate 1 only goes up to like level 7.
Ah ha ha ha! That's funny. So,
is that already? Is the wolf already? Yeah.
Yeah, you have the soul of wolf. Oh, so back to Castlevania. We'll discuss my Baldur's Gate playing here in a second. So I made a comment earlier about useless transformations. Um, Obviously, Ian used the wolf there to kind of get across pretty quickly, but later on with the double jump, you can do it. I'm not a fan of the transformations as a whole. They serve a purpose to more like tools to solve puzzles, not anything beyond that.
Yeah.
And the wolf is by far the weakest because you don't actually need the wolf to solve any puzzle. So I just thought that was my assumption in this regard is that the creators wanted to show off transforming powers, and they did. But
the wolf is pretty useless.
The wolf is pretty useless. You do get enhancements for them, such as the power of wolf and the spirit of wolf. I don't think it's actually called spirit of wolf, but you get like a wolf move where you can charge with it, and then one you can run. And I use that in the one long hallway.
Yeah, to run through it.
To run faster. The most useful, I mean, like the mist itself, you can use it in combat to dodge things, I suppose. But
that's about it.
But if you're playing and then there's grading that it's a key to get to areas that to like only mist can pass through. The most useful is the bat, as it gives a bit of a fly functionality, and when you get it, it's pretty useful for exploring other areas. And ultimately, you get a move with it called Wing Smash. If you have memorized, you can do it right off the bat. Get it?
Yeah.
Off the bat. Off the bat. Oh,
I always hated this guy because he does that. He does not
get but you can use that for almost better traveling than the wolf form. So
yeah, you can get through rooms real fast that way.
But I know Castlevania, but back to Baldur's Gate. So I'm really excited this is my first time through it, and I'm just feeling, I know, especially because I know, like, I've learned about the multi-classing component, like only humans can dual class, and but can't multi-class, and other races can multi-class but can't dual class. And I thought it was very strange. To multi-class, you actually have to start the character as a multi-class character.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was toying around with it.
Honestly, there's no reason to multi-class unless you're multi-classing into a caster.
Yes, and I was originally feeling like the fighter mage. I made a half-elf fighter mage, but I want to play. I want to experience the story as a high charisma, lawful good person. So. Paladin.
Did you see me send the picture of like the end game Baldur's Gate 2 character where I had like negative 22 AC, and I had like 8 attacks around.
What were you playing as?
As a archer.
Oh,
the ranger variant that's 100% bow.
Oh, okay. How did you handle how did you handle characters that require +4 weapons to attack?
You mean like to hit them?
In the second game.
You get some +4 weapons or spells that give you that.
Okay, I just didn't know if like your character was able to was forced to sit out. Because I was looking at the ranger kit and I was
you're talking about as a ranger?
Yeah.
It's your arrows. Your arrow, you can get magic arrows.
Yeah. Can you get +4 arrows? That's the thing.
I believe there's actually like up to +6 arrows.
Oh, that's beautiful. But I was looking at the ranger kit as well. I'm like, But for some reason, the dual-wielding flail paladin seemed pretty cool. And I did read ahead a little, I glanced at it, because I asked the question, what's good for dual-wielding, and apparently...
The fairy scroll's the one that tells you the names, right?
Yep, here we are. Of course it stands to reason, because it's a scroll that tells you things, it's like a dictionary.
Yeah, in the library.
In the library, but no, I asked Google. I'm like, okay, this looks silly. I just want to make sure I'm feeling it. Maybe I didn't know if there's like a special shield later on that would be useful. And my dual wielding inclination was right, but I was looking to dual wield longswords, and then I saw that that apparently there are 2 flails in Baldur's Gate 2 that are just utterly amazing.
Yes.
I was like, okay, we're gonna go with these 2. We're gonna go dual flail. I'm okay with this. So.
You also got to think of who you're going to want in your party.
I don't know the people that well, so I'm going to I'm going to look at their alignments and see what feels right. What feels right. So, and one of the actual D&D games, or we're using Pathfinder system right now. I was looking at. Oh.
It's been a long time, old one.
Oh, it's you.
It's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young master, I cannot aid one who opposes the master.
That's such a weird young master. I cannot oppose one, or I
Really?
cannot help one who opposes the
In that case,
master. It
just
feels
tell me
that
what
sentence
you
feels
need.
weird to me.
That's like how he's like, I can't do it. I'll pay you.
I'm
Done.
interested in this.
Oh, maybe I can. Now the question is, are you going to buy anything?
Did anyone ever buy Tactics ever?
At the end of the game, after I had $1 billion, yes.
Yeah,
Just out of
for those
curiosity.
who don't know, Tactics is
I'm
how to
interested
beat.
in this.
It just shows you them beating bosses.
That you've already beaten. It's such a silly thing. So you do need the Jewel of Open, but are you going to get another what? Because I actually buy the saber here sometimes. I don't often find times. There's a couple times that I have one for I believe the Damascus blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes have enough for it, but don't. But if you look at the saber down, it's a noticeable upgrade.
Yeah.
Saber. Yeah, it's 6 attack, so
What's the
I
difference between the saber and the mace?
I think the mace is a blunt weapon, so maybe it has different effects on enemies. Nothing else. Everything else I just ignore here.
Alright, so yeah, saber.
Thank you.
Saber it is. So I did like how they have the shop here, but most of the stuff. The castle map is useful to a degree. It doesn't show hidden areas, so
No.
you'll see a lot of breaking and exploring here. I liked Joseph's cloak when I came back here after some farming, only because you can change the color of it.
Yeah. Where are the spells?
interested in this.
You don't have access to any of them right now
How do you? I forget what. I know there's a stupid.
because you use them. So yeah, how do you sort that? You could look that up.
I'm pretty sure you have to leave the library and come back.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I'm
that it's something like
interested in
that.
this.
I'm gonna buy one of these. Library cards bring you back to the library.
Farewell.
They bring you back to this part in particular. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's that is you have to leave and then come back, and he's like, oh, now I suddenly have spells, you asshole. Thanks a lot. Alright. How much longer do you have?
I have plenty of time. I'm good.
Oh, excuse me. Alright. Everything okay on your,
Oh yeah, we've caught up. I solved my technical issues. By solved, I waited patiently until it solved itself.
nice.
According to this quick fact I look up, if you press triangle when highlighting one of the weapon options, you should be able to sort your inventory. It's square, not triangle, apparently. I should have continued reading. Well, you press square to highlight it, and then press triangle. That just moves things.
I feel lied to. I feel very lied to.
I feel that too.
Alright. Ugh. I want to keep trying this. Oh, hey, what did I get? Yeah, really, right now, the purpose of the library is just to open the store. There's not much else going on here. Not until,
Yes.
not until later.
Ooh, 1,000 gold. You are very lucky, my friend.
Oh, with my drops?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seem to be getting pretty lucky with that. God damn it. What am I doing wrong with this stupid Dark Metamorphosis? Yeah, I don't even push up. What the hell?
No. Yeah, it must be... It's gotta be your controller.
Like, I'm not pushing up. Oh yeah, don't get cursed by these guys. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. I like how we broke away and have a discussion about Baldur's Gate, but yeah, I'm a super Baldur's Gate noob, so no one judge me. That being said, I rolled a 97 for my Paladin stats.
For your what?
Paladin stats,
Oh my
the
God.
total was 97. And I had just started. It was like maybe a dozen clicks, and my mind was blown. Because with my fighter mage, I was probably there for a good like 20 minutes to half an hour trying to get perfected stats. Not that you need it, but whatever. There we go.
I was like, I'm gonna get the stamp Soul Steel. Alright. I'm probably going to get through the next area and then call it for tonight.
Oh, that's fine. You do you, man. I'm just happy to be a part of this Castlevania playthrough.
Yeah,
I'm
super happy
very
to have
entertained
you,
for this.
because I know you have a lot of thoughts and ideas about Symphony of the Night.
It's such a
So
Just such a-
what made you get Symphony of the Night? Because I know, like we talked about, it was
it was
very...
a gift. Yeah,
it was-
it was a random gift on Christmas that year from some extended relatives that I'm assuming I have no reason behind it. It was like, oh, I guess he likes video games. We'll get him this. So I ended up unwrapping, seeing Castlevania Symphony, and and of course I had played. I was a huge Castlevania fan, but I had played the first Castlevania on NES and Super Castlevania, which is basically, or Castlevania 4, which is basically the redoing of
Super Castlevania.
yeah, so the Castlevania. So I had never played 2 and 3, so I had to eventually go back. Beautiful. I had to eventually go back. So I popped this into my PlayStation and just to give it a shot, and I was instantly in love because I recognize the map and the feel of a Metroid game. So
Yeah.
this game does have the twist ending potentially. If you don't, the puzzles are pretty easy to solve, if you can even call them that. But
Yeah.
if you don't have the right item combination to get to the reverse castle, you're kind of boned and you can't get there, and you just think it's the end unless you know think it's the game. So I actually beat the game, or at least I thought I had beat the game, and I was actually finishing the halfway point. It was only, but I still enjoyed it enough, and I was really disappointed with the ending. So I ended up playing again sometime, and I was very confused but I knew there were areas I hadn't explored, and something didn't click with me when I got the spike breaker armor that I can break spikes. And I remember wearing the spike breaker armor because for some reason I had it was better than what I could find at the time, and I started breaking spikes. I'm like, oh my god, this is how I get through. And then the finding Maria, and it was just all
all those secrets.
it came together, but it took me some time. I mean, it was late the following year before I ended up like going back to it, but because I just like, oh, I finished this, I guess I'll play other games.
Yeah. To me, I was very confused starting this one because I had played Dracula X. Because remember, like Rondo didn't come out here,
No.
and I was like, why is Richter like what? I'm not gonna say it right now, but what's happened with Richter? Like that's weird.
Yeah, I had not played Dracula X.
And I was
so-
also like, this is not how Dracula X ends because the last boss of Dracula X is a huge asshole. But I realized it wasn't continuing.
Bloodlines.
Yeah. Which I also found it weird that chapter's called Bloodlines, but even in the original Dracula X, that's not.
No, it was they made a mistake there. I thought I like covered that in the beginning. Like that was a noted mistake because somebody was they put the wrong title in.
Oh, were they were referencing the Sega one?
Yes. Have you played the Sega one yet?
Oh yeah, that's on the channel.
Okay.
Clint commented on it because he's like, I could never beat this as a kid.
I had actually I hadn't
get-
played it until I was
am I
legally acquiring them. You're missing the double jump. You can't get up there without the double jump.
That's what I'm missing.
So this is an interesting point of the game, which you can choose where to go here now, because you have the Jewel of Open. It's best you can go through the clock tower
Oh
here.
yeah, but you can't
But,
get through with the double jump without the double.
You really can't get through. You can get to the point where you can almost reach what was like the beginning of the game where Richter fought Dracula. You can actually see like that point where he's running up, but the stairs are broken, and you have to go the other way. But you need to get to the double jump. You need to backtrack and go through the magic door before the first boss. So hence the teleporting.
Actually, there's another
There's another method, of course.
I could also go underground, but it's better to do that right now. The church is better than the caves.
The most, yeah, honestly, you would seriously gimp yourself. I feel like the first big item you need to focus on is to get the double jump, and this is where, like, up to this point, things have been pretty linear.
Yeah, now's
but,
when it really opens up.
Now it opens up, and Ian has like multiple paths he can go through.